dipper space that's heading all the way from Winfield, George, basically all the way towards the servants grounds here. So it's definitely going to be a good space to see where certain people are going to have that advantage here, and then where people are actually going to take that advantage here, hopefully for their first couple of fights. And obviously, the more that happens, the better off it's going to be for some of these players here. But things are going to happen more and more and more. So let's see if that opportunity arises in this game number 7. Right now, there's just things that's been happening so far.
Ooh.
The vibes have been fantastic. So let's see if they're going to make it very, very viable here. As Mike gets absolutely smacked in the mouth. Ow.
Very interesting situation here. Mike landed near Fireflies, but wasn't able to contest the Fireflies as he's pressuring into this fight. It looks like both CDY and Fang very close to having their ultimates online. CDY clearly Fireflies on deck for him here. He's only a couple percentage away. DRG's Fong going to come in and lands the Dragon's Rush into the Nej's Might. With CDY, though, not quite to the ult before he gets eliminated here, and it's Mike who slides in and steals that elimination off to a good start for himself here, and immediately just backs away. Takes the armor swap, wants to come back up into the fight immediately, knowing he's going to have part of a blue armor to go back into if things get scuffed for him here. Going to find another armor swap, keeps the pressure up. Fong trying to go towards that blue armor, knows he's going to need it here. The F going to go down. Fong goes for the swap, but unfortunately not enough there. Will find the white armor that's full to swap into. Gets the parry onto OUG's Mike. Mike trying to back away here. Mike, 84% of the way to ultimate, but unfortunately for him, Fong has got that Aka's ult online. A huge hit coming in off the pole sword. Just that vertical latching on to Fong. And Fong now, oh my god, he misses the opportunity for the F. Mike able to get the read, jumps above it here. He goes extremely low. Mike just needs to get the ultimate online. He needs to get in range. Here we go. Mike gonna F up here. Goes for the F. Gonna keep the follow going. Doesn't land it onto Fong. He's playing it safe. He's playing the long game out here. Wants to bait out as much of that ultimate as he possibly can before he invests his own. We are gonna see. There it is. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the lockdown he's looking for on Fong. He will get another wisp in the back pocket here. Goes for the throw, but unfortunately, the building actually griefs it. He wasn't quite high enough, so it clips the top of the building, and now Mike is in a big pickle. He's got 2 players chasing him down. No ult, no F available. Couple seconds before the F does come back online. Gonna find some huge damage onto Fong with that. Went for the weapon swap, but hesitated. Doesn't get the release. Will find the re-uppercut this time into the weapon swap, but the ult gonna come down. Mike wants to break away. He knows Fong's gonna be the target here. He's able to use the F to iframe out of the stun coming in there from Arano. Arano gonna break away now. OUG's Mike looking to keep the mix-up going on, but Arano gonna turn on to Fong. Mike looking for a reset before he heads back into the fight. Knows he's got a good third-party opportunity here. The bow shot's coming in as well. Mike cleans up his second elimination of the game. Looking to turn on Arano. Another ult coming in, but Mike's got the F here. He can literally just iframe out yet again. Oh my goodness, he mistimes it though. He pops it a little early. Mike takes a ton of damage from the pistol shots coming down. He doesn't have the ultimate. He does have the F back online though, as Arano keeps the pressure up here. Mike trying to just play keep away, does not want to get locked down here, but needs to start thinking about if he wants to be eliminated before going to zone 2. If he wants to have that chance to resurrection, finds a huge parry here. Doesn't find any value on the follow-up though, as Frostivus keeps the pressure going. Mike just trying to stay alive. A massive scale rush though makes it impossible as Frostivus picks up the elimination, but Mike crucially 2 eliminations before he goes back to the soul altar for that early game resurrection. And now Frostivus locked down here, tries to get there to break away in time, is not going to find it. Will go down to EWG's Arano, and now it's Arano versus XCG's Wang Liang.
Even with that here, still is going to be interesting to see where that effort flows in for some of these other areas here, as Wang Liang's just trying to see if he can hold on here. Nice little stun, trying to see if maybe he can capture it with it, and it looks like he is going to get stunned inside of that place. Arano's going to try to see if he can use it to his advantage, and he does. In that placement, a little bit tough here as a Wang Liang officially out of the fight for this chance here, as Mike versus and PST still has a chance. 1 out of the 4 players is officially out of this game here, struggling to try to see maybe where the next one is towards this one. Still gonna rocket through it though, but they still have more of an element to the madness that's needed in this situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mike on the outskirts here doing a little bit of shopping, knowing there's some loot piles he can come back and clutch up on. But crucially, we got to talk about it. Alliance's Frosty was 4 eliminations under his belt before his first resurrection here. Absolutely huge for Frosty here on Zai. The problem is now that Frosty has got to go find some loot back under his belt. He really needs some good gear because Zai is so gear dependent. Those first 4 eliminations, absolutely huge for him. He needs to look to play a little bit slower going into the rest of the game now until he gets some loot under his belt. He's probably going to take the risk and head for one of these Realms of Yang, though, even though he is behind on gear. If he can take this Realm of Yang, find himself a purple set of armor and a legendary weapon, it sets him up for success for the rest of the game. As we see Frostivus on the outskirts, though, trying to move in, wants a little bit of loot before he takes this Realm of Yang. We're to see GG Shah down at south looking to head towards one. JDG versus JJH's Star, OEG's Mike, and EWG's Arano all hovering around the Yang just outside of the north of Celestia. KLA's T225 sitting on top of one as well. Wolf CDY heading towards the same one that T225 is at. Bong doing a little bit of looting, not sure where he's going to go. And Frostivus thinking about heading in the direction of that Realm of Yang, needs to be careful, though. I think he's going to decide better of it, given the fact that he's going to be a little behind on gear and doesn't want to take that risk just yet, as he's got 4 eliminations under his belt. JDG's Verse sitting on top of it, waiting for that opportunity to head into the Realm of Yang. Time's going to tell who gets in, who's going to be going head-to-head here in our game number 7 for Southern Realms of Yang. Mike's going to show up as well here. A little bit of gear back under his belt, looking to go in. Unfortunately, he does not make it in. It is going to be Wolves versus KLA versus WBG and Alliance versus JJH versus JDG. And it does indeed look like our boy Frostivus. Oh, JDG airborne already with the pistol shot. It's going to take some from his opponent as well. Looking for that fan RMB. Will instead find the parry onto JJH's fan RMB. Looking for it. Finds it again. Star throws it back to back. Verse with the read coming in clean there with the jumping RMB off the fan. Tap dodges the ultimate as well. Oh my God. Verse just with the reads on Star. The F reinvested as the first time Star finds an entrance into this fight. The scale rush comes through and Verse just makes him look like a schoolboy.
Actually insane to see. Even with this amount of momentum that's been happening so far here, still was able to really push it in a really great observation here towards that final finish here. And obviously PST is trying to keep this up with GG Shot. GG Shot just trying to get away here, as Arano also is trying to see if they can run around this as well. Dangerously low, but it looks like it's not going to be enough, as the pistol shot's going to be able to capture onto PST here. PST able to do so much here, as it looks like he's going to try to see if he can dip out as far as possible, so that way he doesn't get hit by the stun, but it's not going to be enough here. And Arano now is going to start to try to run towards it, though. Still able to work towards it a little bit, little by little. Working towards it. Nice hits, though, trying to see if they can capture with the strike here. Oh, nice dodge, trying to see if maybe he can read through it as well. Both of them with the defensive plays here. It looks like it's going to be a third party here. As it looks like Vert's going to go, hey, guys, how y'all doing? What's going on? This y'all look like it looks like it's a good time. I like. What y'all cooking? Y'all got some food? PST is going to force that, but it looks like it's not going to be enough here, as PST does get out by the body of Verse here. Verse wants to win this, I feel it. Going to be able to capture this towards it. He tries to see if he can get it towards it. Obviously, Star is not going to be able to capture it, as he does end up getting stunned here. Here's the opportunity that Verse needs if he's going to be able to get a clean elimination off of this pick here. He's going to close it off little by little. Both of them end up getting caught up by double stuns here. Double the stuns. He ends up actually grabbing that one and dipping out of here. JJ Star dangerously low, not looking good. Verse just trying to see if he can close this gap out, and he wants to try to see if he can get this elimination. This will be huge for him here. He just has to keep maneuvering through this one as much as possible here. He does see them go outside. The scaling on the outskirts, making it not so easy, as both of them are just trying to run around. Both of them actually going right through it over and over again, trying to see if maybe he can find that right momentum just to be able to pop it. Not going to be enough here, as he's still trying to hold strong here. Ends up finding the stun. Both of them are able to stop the stun as well here. Verse struggling to try to capture this elimination. As Star is going to be able to successfully be able to get out of there.
Oh my goodness, Verse still trying to keep the chase up. Does not want to let this elimination go away. He's really trying to come in, look for those eliminations, get that MVP this game. He's hungry for this bi-weekly final, trying to go in there. will find some huge damage onto Star. Yet again, takes control of it. No risk of a third party yet. Star, though, trying to come back in. Verse going to use the F to get away. Verse with the ultimate will throw it out. Star going to avoid it, though, with the uppercut. The third party does finally come in here from DRG's Fong, and it's Verse who's getting turned on to. Oh, my goodness. Thankfully, Verse has the Vermilion Bird's Might. Will get to keep the game alive here. And as that goes down, we see T225 pick up the elimination onto Alliance's Frostivus. But for Frostivus, crucially, he gets the points he needs to go over the 30-point threshold. If this goes to game 8, he still has an opportunity. We cut over to Mike, who picks up his 3rd elimination. It could be Verse or Mike right now.
Absolutely insane here just to be able to try to capture that follow here. Not able to do enough here, but Verse and Mike is still in this game here. Well, you got your bread on. Rune.
Who I got my bread on?
Who you got your bread on?
I don't want to say. I do not want to cast a curse right now because it's
Speak on it.
Nah, it's too tight. I've made this mistake before. I'm not doing it. Chat, you hear me now? I will not cast a curse. We're gonna go over to EWG's Arano, who picks up JJH's Star. Sports Star has been having such a rough run today. He really made a good run of it. He had that huge MVP for himself. I do believe it was an 11-point game, but it's just he's not consistent enough right now, Dobby. He's got to work on that consistency where he can find points even when he's not having a good game. JDG's Verse here on the outskirts looking to turn on to OUG's Mike. This would be an interesting fight, especially with nobody else around. Verse and Mike taking the 1v1. Mike kind of setting his hand here, putting the ace up his sleeve, if you will, pulling out that 2-nah. We classically see Mike with the 2-nah. He's able to get it off, so he's got that damage reduction buff from it coming through. As we take a look, the second set of Realm of Yang getting ready to come through. Mike and Verse set up for one, Spider, CDY for the other. Doesn't look like anybody's heading to the other. No, Fong and Arano now going to turn direction and head towards that southern one. We are down to just 6 players left alive already, Dobby.
See if they're going to have that opportunity to do what they need to here. So much happening, though, within this right amount of time here. Definitely a lot of pressure on some of these players here, as obviously they're going to go through the Realm of Yang, and that's where the pressure is going to absolutely intensify even more. They've been doing a pretty decent job thus far here, and I think now it's where we're really get a chance to see some more stuff happen here. So let's hope that they have that opportunity for it.
Verse setting up. Here comes, ladies and gentlemen. Will they get inside the Realm of Yang? Survey says no, they will not. Verse gonna drop it here. It looks like it's gonna be OUG's Mike versus WBG Spider. This could be bad for Verse. This actually opens up Mike a huge opportunity to pull even further ahead. If he takes this elimination, he's 2 kills ahead of Verse, and he'll have that White Tigers buff coming out of the Realm of Yang. Going to be in a really good position to potentially find that MVP. Given there's only 6 players left alive, Spider trying to turn on to Mike here, finding hit after hit there with that legendary dagger, just slowly death by 1,000 cuts. But Mike tries to go in, will find a huge uppercut combo here with the staff. He is going to trade back on the armor there. We're going to see Spider find huge damage coming in there off the dagger, though. Mike on the back foot. He needs to go for the ultimate here. Spider keeping control of the situation, though. He's going to back away. He needs to find himself that hit off of this Wisp. He's not going to find it. Spider on the backside healing up. Mike taking the opportunity just to do the same there. The Wisp goes out. Spider not going to get caught out by 14 seconds left remaining before the F comes up for him. Spider still with the ult as well. Finds the opportunity. Knows that Mike's ult not going to stop him from finding those freezes. This could be a bad time for Mike. There it is. The Hong Sword legendary doing so much damage there. Goes for the freeze again. Doesn't quite find it, but Mike, if he gets clanked, is going to go down here. The uppercut comes through, and that's going to be it. WBG Spider picks up the elimination onto our boy OUG's Mike, and Mike now on a 4-minute timer with Yang depletion.
What a timing, though, just to be able to get that finish off here as well. Spider really coming in with some confidence here. He's been struggling inside of the Realm of Yang here, so this was quite refreshing for him, and I know he's got to be feeling good. Finally able to get himself a win here in the Realm and getting that White Tiger prowess. He's been struggling a little bit throughout these games here so far here, and surprisingly, you know, we really thought we'd see like an explosive game coming in from him, but sadly, it's just nowhere to be found here for a player like WBG Spider here. As we see OUG's Mike still working through towards it, and the same with JDG's Verse here, starting to close out little by little here. Top 6 in this situation here. Mike is now on the chopping block. Gonna be interesting to see how he's gonna be able to close this out there, but he's gonna need it.
Yeah, Mike needs to pick up the elimination as well as the bloom. EWG's Arano is at 5 eliminations, so Mike not only needs the bloom, he really needs the kill too if he wants to find this MVP. If he can find that kill, pretty huge for him going forward here. It'd put him up at 4. He wouldn't be in quite such a pickle when it comes to how many kills that Arano has ahead of him. Mike waiting for that opportunity. He doesn't want to force this. This is very typical of Mike. He plays very, very smart when he's got Yang depletion now. It's not like before. Mike always had a bloom in the back pocket. You can't hold those blooms anymore. So he needs to find a very clean third party and execute it. At least slip in and get the bloom for himself to keep the game alive. As we are zone 3 going to be collapsing onto zone 4 here in the next 10 seconds. 11 minutes left on the clock. 6 players still remaining here in game number 7. Could very easily go to game 8 as both Frostvis and Wang Liang as well as J-Team's PST have been eliminated already. If we go to game 8, there will be 5 players who are in that range to take the MVP and take it all right then and there. If not, it will go to top score. And at the moment, JDG's Verse has a huge lead over the other players. OUG's Mike closing up, though. He's got 38.23 kills behind our boy Verse. Wolves CDY coming in, looking to lock in on to Verse here. Verse just trying to break away. CDY with that Yang depletion needs to make something desperately happen here on that Tarka with 3 eliminations under his belt so far. He wants to make the most of this game as humanly possible. Will catch it out, but we cut back over to EWG's Arano. OUG's Mike, both of them taking a lot of hits here, but Mike going really low, going to use that whiff on the door. Not going to be enough, though, as we see the scale rush come in through the window here. Mike's going to be forced to burn the ultimate here, look for the full reset, and then Spider and Arano in a great place to follow up on this. Mike holding on to the wisp. Goes ahead and lets it go. Yeah, he just throwing it out there so he can get the cooldown started back up on the wisp as soon as possible. Mike needs to break away and stay alive here, but the problem is Mike also needs a soul bloom so desperately bad. JDG's Verse looking to keep his game alive. Our boy CDY trying to come in also needs that elimination. 1 minute and 9 seconds left remaining on the clock. Mike's got to do something if he wants to find a way into this game to potentially find that MVP, to walk away with that bi-weekly final. You know he wants to tie it up with Spider. He's 1-2 right now. These two huge rivals with each other. I'd love to see us go to our finals, grand finals, and it be duked out between Mike and Spider, who both have 2 bi-weekly finals. Fong trying to come in. Mike, just no real good position to be in. He looks for the ballista play potentially. He's got to turn on to CDY. CDY has to take this fight as well because he also on that Yang depletion, so things going to get very hectic very quickly here. CDY, no shield left remaining. Invest the F there just to stay alive, trying to turn the attention onto somebody else. Mike going to back away, looking for that third-party opportunity. There we go. We'll see the People's Elbow come out. Not going to connect onto Mike, though. Mike going to hedge with the staff. He just needs to get the bloom. CDY goes so low, it doesn't look. It's WBG Spider who goes in and gets it. Mike, crucially, though, gets the bloom, is able to cleanse the Yang depletion. He uses the F to iframe out of the ult, and Mike says, thank you, come again.
That timing couldn't have been any better. That timing couldn't have been any better in that moment here. Actually insane towards that one here. That timing couldn't have been any better. Could have really been really hasty for Mike, though, and he was able to survive it yet again here. I think it's been a little bit more tedious just knowing that he hasn't really been on that forefront of really being able to get some decent dubs here. And I think now that he's like really like finding this moment here, I think now it's starting to show up a little bit more for him to go, okay, I need to be careful. And that's fair. That is fair. And that's good,
I mean, yeah, Mike's doing exactly what he needs to do, right? He's not trying to force fights. He's trying to force other people into fights so that he can find that opportune moment, and that's exactly what he does. He has the patience to play it out, even down to 15 seconds left. He's just patiently waiting it out, still looking for that perfect opportunity, which he does find. He doesn't find the elimination he desperately wanted, but he does get to keep the game alive, and with the game being alive, there's always an opportunity for him to clutch it out. Verse also has that opportunity as well. If he kills every other player in the lobby, heck, if he kills 3 players in the lobby and takes first place, Verse also could find that MVP. So it's still very doable, right? Mike needs 2 in a first place to clutch it out, which is also very, very doable for OUG's Mike. As we move forward here, we are only 5 players left alive in the lobby, 7 minutes on the clock as Zone 4 collapses down on to Zone 5. We will see that final Bane's Breath of the game getting ready to come through. As we also see that final Moore's Blessing get ready to come through as well. Fong over here trying to get access to the Spirit Well. Mike coming in as well. Fong going to take some hits here. Mike just going to wait it out. See how this Spirit Well plays out. Mike looking like he wants to sit there and take that Spirit Well for himself. It's been working out for him in the past year. He's also going to take the time to go ahead and top that Tuna back up, get the maximum duration of the buff, make sure he's at full health, as we do see that Spirit Well getting ready to pop here for him. He's going to find a couple of things that he wants. He also has that extra purple armor. He's just going to hide to the corner here, hoping nobody sees it, hoping he's got one in the back pocket. Very typical of OUG's Mike.
OUG's Mike has really been focused this game here, and really just making sure that he doesn't put himself in a position that really could detriment the rest of the games, or at least the vibe that he's been doing so far here. I think he's honestly seen the opportunity that he has, and it's really trying to see if maybe he can create the advantages that he wants to without forcing anything differently. And I think because of that, though, he's been kind of playing a little bit more passive, which has been helping him, though.
Yeah, Mike plays passive with a purpose, right? I think that's some of the difference in his play style versus other players, right? A lot of other players will look to play passive, but Mike plays passive with a purpose. There's always a goal in mind, right? Like, he had that Yang depletion, but he was patiently and passively waiting the right opportunity. And I think that's really what separates Mike sometimes in his decision making, is he is willing to slow things down when it serves him well.
Be good to see how he's going to be able to hold strong to this one towards the end of this game here. 5 players left alive here in this fight. Spider, it's Fang, it's Arano, Verse, and Mike.
Fong taking a hit from the Bane.
This one definitely could be that real big setting here that's going to be super, super helpful. Let's see if they can take that same momentum and really give it that starter piece that we've been talking about here. I think it's been very, very helpful. Been good thus far here, but for a player like Mike, I think, and it's the same thing with Verse too. I think Verse has been playing a little bit more passive too, because they're realizing it's better to just stay towards the end here. Most of these players don't really have a whole lot of points here, and even with Arano and Spider here, they have 5 eliminations so far, yes, but if they get those 2 eliminations out, especially with Fang, that's it. It's a wrap. Mike has a chance. Verse has a little bit more of a struggle, but let's see if they keep this. Let's see if they work towards this though. This final fight's gonna be really, really good. Verse is gonna be able to push up top here and seeing maybe if he can capture an angle here, but it's not gonna be enough. As Mike trying to see if he can find something on Arano. It looks like he wants to try to push towards his fight here. He wants to bust back something. He realizes Arano has something good here. Doesn't want to force himself to get too deep into a fight here, knowing that there's at least 2 other sharks heading towards Arano here. Verse fights it out in front of Fang here. Fang just wanting to go back for the repeat, and it looks like they're both just going with these light pokes here, just trying to see if there's an advantage, or just seeing if anybody's going to desperately try to spread out here. Verse getting pressured a little bit by Mike here, forcing the ulti here, and it looks like Fang is going to get absolutely destroyed by the bow from somebody. It might have been from Mike, actually. Mike might have been able to ricochet a headshot perfectly in this situation here. Arano. Beautiful reset, though. That could have been really bad, though, if he wasn't paying attention in that moment. Ooh. Arano trying to see if he can back this off here. Nice stun to be able to capture it on the Mike here. The question is he going to be able to keep that same energy? No! As Mike eliminates Arano from this game, ladies and gentlemen. This is where things get a little hectic. Verse fighting this out. Can he eliminate Spider? Could this be a beautiful 1v1 situation between 2 of the top players? Could this be the end of the night for both of these players here? Is someone going to be crowned a champion? Spider could potentially stop them both and have them going into another game, into the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Sorry, I said 6th, 7th, 8th.
Spider needs 1 elimination and a first place finish here to clutch this out, honestly.
It's gonna have to be.
It's where he has to be if he
Verse has to get this elimination on the Spider. He has to. He has to.
Verse needs both of these eliminations in a first place finish to take it. Mike needs 1 elimination in a first place finish. This could very easily end right here. Spider has got an uphill battle to make it happen here for himself. He is playing Justina, though, so he could very much clutch it out when it comes down to it. Temmie is going to be very interesting for this final circle. We are collapsed down to 7. If Mike can hold on to this ultimate until 7 collapses, he's just able to lock them out of the very center of the map here. This could be detrimental for everybody else in the lobby. This is going to come down so tight. Verse is going to be the first one to enter into the fray here. Is going to catch that grapple there on the Spider. Will turn around and find some huge hits onto Mike, though. This could be bad for Mike. The ult going to come in. Mike going to feel forced to go ahead and burn the ultimate here. He's either going to walk into Spider or Verse. Verse needs this elimination. He cannot let Spider pick it up. If he's able to make it happen here, we're going to see yet another Wisp come through. Mike with another Wisp online as well, trying to get back into it. Mike almost has the full reset here, but this fight is not going to stop. Mike will not have it for the end here. Verse needs this elimination. He can't give it to Spider. Spider's going to get it, though, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe that means no matter what, we go to game number 8 here. Even if Verse goes to 4 eliminations in the first place finish, it does not matter. Spider keeps the dreams alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable. Spider actually clutches that, shuts it down, and says, none of y'all is winning this one. If I'm going to suffer through all these games, you're all going to suffer through these games.